Good morning, everyone. This morning I come to you after I got news last night during my last meeting in Jeffreys Bay about a large explosion that took place in Beirut. Now, when I looked at the footage of this explosion, I knew that this was a serious event. And the first thing that was clear to me is that the combined explosion itself, the main explosion, was a singular explosion. Now, what I mean by this is that it was like a critical mass exploding at once, like with an atomic device. Now, this wasn't an atomic explosion. The similarities that I bring to that is of an explosion that is actually meant to go off in one instance. And this is what I believe happened. Now, how this happened, I cannot say. Who was responsible, I cannot say. I know that the news says that there was 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate, which is basically fertilizer. When mixed with certain things can cause huge explosions. That was in a warehouse somewhere. Now we won't even be able to see any evidence of that, because wherever this explosion took place at ground zero, there would be absolutely nothing left. And most of the people in this explosion, with a shockwave that went out from the explosion, many people would have been vaporized anywhere in close proximity, so they won't be found. There will be no remains found. Very much the same as at the explosion at Chernobyl, where the person in the turbine hall wasn't found after the event. There was actually no remains. So it's going to be difficult to actually determine a death toll and to actually determine exactly what happened. So initially, if you see that there's a fire, this looks normal. You see the smaller explosions, that would be normal with regards to a fire, and an area where you actually find gas bottles and various other things. But the main explosion, you cannot just have 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate all explode at once with nothing remaining like it did there. And I think this is why the US president actually said that this was some form of attack, that it was a common explosion, that his generals told him that, based on the stories doing the rounds from it being a missile depot to many other things, some people saying that this is ammonium nitrate that has been confiscated, others saying that it was on its way to Africa. None of these stories add up. So it is very clear to me at this stage that something else is happening here. That explosion was a deliberate explosion. I'm 100% sure of that. And the reason why I say that is because of the sheer singularity and the actual power of the explosion in an instant. This wasn't a propagating explosion. This was a singular explosion of massive magnitude, unbelievable force, and has, I'm sure, in the end would have cost thousands of lives within that area. And it's really, really sad to see this. Now, I know that a 9/11 in the Arabian Peninsula had to take place at some stage to set in motion quite a few things that would cause the start of a build-up towards the Israeli-Arab war, because this was a Third World War plan that came from the Bavarian Illuminati and Adam Weishaupt back in the 1780s. This was part of the plan. Now, I'm not saying that this event is one big event. There could be many more in future. But the scale of this event is definitely the 9/11. It is a massive, massive disaster and loss of life. That place will never be the same again. Most of the infrastructure around the areas where that shockwave was absolutely destroyed in an instant. And rebuilding that will take a very long time, because it's sheer and utter destruction in a 4-kilometer radius. And that just an explosion of that magnitude, I think, is very difficult for most people to comprehend. So you need to understand the power of an atomic explosion to get anywhere close to what actually took place at this event. Now, it's extremely sad, and I'm extremely troubled by what happened. I really thank the people that were in the meeting last night here in Jeffreys Bay. It was our last meeting, the third meeting, and for the fact that they sat there for more than 4 hours listening and being able to participate and ask questions, that they were interested in actually becoming part of the solution in their communities and in their own lives. And I really want to thank the people that gave us accommodation. You know who you are. Thank you very much from the bottom of our heart. It's been wonderful to be here. It's been an awesome stay, and as we travel up to Gauteng now, we will have our first meeting there this coming Friday. I can announce that our last meeting in Gauteng will be on Friday the 28th. This has been arranged. Everything in between will be arranged. I will be in contact with you directly. The next meeting that will take place in Paris, I'm really looking forward to that, and all those arrangements are being made as we speak. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you in Paris. And I thank all of you that have given contributions to make this tour possible. It is working on the ground, and the groundwork in the different areas where we've been, it starts now. The people will start speaking to their friends and family, and they will start making a difference, not only in their lives, but in the lives of the people around them. Change is happening fast in the country. I thank the Council of Churches for supporting direct elections, for actually making that public. And I thank everyone that has come on board, knowing that there's actual hope, that we can actually change the system in South Africa and make it possible for us to have a freer country, free from international influence, especially the influence that is bad, that wants to take our freedom and liberties away. We will fight the New World Order ideology around every corner and around every bend, and we'll use their tactics, just do it much better, because we have the experience and knowledge to do that. And we have the diversity in South Africa to kick them to touch. Give them a good drop kick out of here. And the United Nations, they need to watch out, because you have become the enemy of the people of South Africa. With all your programs that you are implementing and saying that it's for the common good of the people, we don't want your common good. We want individual liberty. Individual liberty. And if you don't understand this, take a hike, get out of the country. We don't want you here or any of your programs. I'm not interested in negotiating with the enemy at all. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Click the bell icon to get notifications. Till the next video.